Okay, so this is kind of a really big plot twist, but hang on, let me turn this stuff off. So this is actually like a really big plot twist, and I never saw this ever happening, but somehow I talked Trey into painting his truck the exact same color as mine. I don't know how that happened. It was mostly a joke. I was like, oh, you should paint your truck, ha ha. And then next thing you know, Trey's like, let's do it. And I was like, you being serious? And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm being so serious. So I'm gonna give him the leftover paint I have, and we're gonna paint it with that, and hope to God that it covers all of the red. If it doesn't, then we're definitely gonna cover it all. It just depends on how many coats we're gonna be able to do. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is definitely a big plot twist. Didn't see this coming, so
and funny story is, we're not telling anybody, so when I come home, my mom's gonna be like, what the fuck?
And Trey's driving the Beamer, so if that's told in the next couple days, you know who did it. Sick.
Yeah, that makes
What is up, guys? I've been doing some of Trey's vlog too, so like haven't really got on here, but Trey's actually not here right now. He left for like an hour and a half, and I've been working on his truck. We also put a bumper on my truck. I'll show you guys that in a second, but got his taillights taped off, got all the plastics removed off the bed, so this will save us a lot of masking. So all we gotta do is tape the inside of the bed, or plastic, and then all the bumper, gotta tape those housings off. We're painting most of the mirror, so like we don't have to tape a whole lot of the mirror off. Door handles are getting painted, so really it's just hanging plastic and taping off little stuff like the grill and stuff gotta be taped off. I'll show you guys the truck real quick. Got the windows done, all these taped off. I had to literally use a ladder to do it. And then we're doing the front. I'm starting on the fronts right now. So this thing's gonna look pretty rad. He's painting it the same color as my truck, so except for the whole truck will be painted. Hopefully it goes accordingly and we don't run out of paint. So yeah, guys, I'll catch up with you when you get more. Okay, so after the very annoying events of the evening yesterday, we're gonna try and finish it today. We have pretty much nothing done. So we started taping this window off before people started losing their mind. Ow, I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack. It's my time to go. Gotta tape this window, gotta tape this window, gotta tape, well, we got the headlights and the grill done, and the light bar is kinda done. And then we gotta tape off the fog lights, and then the hood scoop piece, which is gonna suck.
And then the windshield.
I already said the windshield. We gotta do the back glass.
The other mirror.
The other mirror, which that's easy though.
Just cover like the frame and stuff.
Cover the frame and stuff. Oh, and probably what I'm gonna do before.
Shark fin.
Oh, the shark fin, yeah. If we don't rip it off. Before you, or while you're masking for a second. I'm going to work on getting the paint thinner out of that gun because I want to let it dry. So yeah. Liddy. Okay, so we are about to paint the truck. Right now we're just wiping everything down. We got everything taped off, the bed, literally covered every section of anything pretty much. So honestly, this should turn out pretty well, hopefully. And if it doesn't, it's not my truck, so oh well. But yep, getting ready to spray it after we wipe it down and should be Gucci. Trey, you missed a bunch of spots. Alright, so what's your impression? Last impression before you leave?
For a bunch of dumbass kids, we did pretty good. Zach did really good.
It does actually look really good. It turned out a lot better than my truck just because of how level the paint is. I mean, mine still looks good though. Like the fender's still, like that's just as good as your truck, I think.
Yeah.
It's just when you get to the other side that's all messed up.
Yeah, I think it looks
And you
sick.
can see lines in this one, but your truck came out great. It looks blue on the camera. Maddie's probably laughing at us right now. She can't even.
Right.
We can't even see her. Dude.
We need to get better pictures later.
It came out perfect, dude.
Fuck yeah, it did.
Wait till we see these people's face. It looks blue on the camera, look. What is up, guys? It's Zach from the future again. This has been happening a lot lately because I feel like I have not been elaborating very well on the videos. And that's something I'm going to work on. So for now, this is my fix. So just to touch base kind of, because we didn't really touch base a whole lot in the video. Trey was actually really happy with how the truck came out. I was extremely happy with how the truck came out. It came out super good, super durable, super level. Again, I said this in the video before, I think a lot of people get this stuff mistaken for like a spray can, like, oh, I'll just go buy some spray cans and plasti dip my truck. And I think that's why plasti dip really just gets a kind of a bad name. And as soon as people hear it, they just immediately think like cheap or half-assed, or just, I think that's what people think, and that's fine. Like, I'm the last person on earth to care about what anybody thinks. But I just wanted to clarify kind of with you guys, so that way you guys understand, like, it's not a cheap way. I mean, plasti dip really honestly isn't much cheaper than like getting a car wrapped. If you were to take your car to somebody and have them plasti dip it, it would probably be equivalent, maybe slightly cheaper than getting a wrap done. Now, the pros to plasti dip is it's a lot easier to do yourself. So that's where you can cut cost at. You cut cost at labor because of how easy it is to do it yourself. As long as you prep well, prep is the biggest thing. Prep. If you do not prep a car right before painting it or dipping it, whatever you want to call it, it will not turn out good. It took us 12 hours to prep Trey's truck. And that was, you know, start to finish. Now, it sounds intimidating, but that's, you know, with his truck, we did a lot of masking, did a lot of that stuff. Degreasing, that's a big deal, because if you not degrease, it will not stick right. Another major thing, this one might even be more important than prep. When you're spraying that stuff on, if you stand far back and if you do not get close enough, it will stack up and it'll appear really rough. It won't peel right when you go to peel it, and it just will not look good. It won't come clean when dirt gets on it. You know, you have to spray that stuff on thick. You really don't have to worry about runs a whole lot. Obviously, if you're sticking it on there and holding it in one spot, you know, it can run. But with it being thicker, you can run that stuff super close, and just keep a good steady line. You don't want to go side to side on an open panel. You want to go end to end, and that'll keep lines out and stuff. If you guys there's a whole YouTube video on how Dip Your Car has a whole YouTube video on how to spray a car. If you just follow those instructions, it will come out perfect. And that's, mine and Trey's truck is a very good example of that. There was one minor defect on Trey's truck, and that is the hood. If you look very closely, you can see it looks a little rough, and that's because his truck is so tall, you can't spray it level across. So there were a couple spots where I had to spray it at an angle, and exactly what I just said happened, and it kind of stacked up. His didn't. It was probably the least worst case scenario of what could happen, because it's really not that bad, but I'm like super OCD, and I think Trey kind of is too, and so we both kind of notice it, but it's really not that big of a deal. But like I said, if you guys do it right and you spray it on right, it'll peel off just like vinyl. It'll be super durable and it'll look good. And it's, you know, so many people have already hated on me and Trey for doing this, and I find it entertaining, because it's like, it's not your vehicle, why do you care? Mostly the color, and then there's a few haters on the whole like plasti dip thing, and it's usually people that don't know the difference. So yep. And then yeah, I just think Trey's truck turned out super good, and hopefully you guys watch this whole 4-minute. I planned on just putting like a little minute section here, but you know, yeah. I haven't talked to Trey about it yet, but planning to do a month update of how everything's holding up after dipping his truck and my truck. Another thing is, I would get used to this whole dip thing. Like, if you really hate it and like you like can't stand it, you're gonna have to get used to it, because honestly, after spraying both these trucks, I think I'm gonna deal with the whole dip line a lot more. Even maybe talk to them about possibly a small sponsorship, just because I really like the product. It's easy, and I like that so many people frown upon it, because I just want to prove people wrong. So I can definitely see myself dipping quite a few more cars in the future, and also maybe re-dipping my truck at some point. But yeah, so, and you know, I love crazy colors, so be ready for that. Thanks, guys.